Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rena. I make videos about beauty, hair, and fitness mainly. I've gotten a few requests to show how I do the makeup look I have in my other videos, so that's what we're going to do today. This is my go-to staple makeup look, and you'll see me in this in most of my previous videos. Just a little FYI that I'm not a professional makeup artist or anything like that. This is just a makeup look that I've been doing for a long time and that I love, and I hope you guys like it too. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Once my face is nice and moisturized, I go in with the foundation first. For foundation, I wear the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Fawn. This is my longtime favorite. Like, I love this foundation so much. It goes on matte and it works so well with my oily skin. It also doesn't make me look oily throughout the day, which is nice. And I feel like I don't really need a primer under this because it just has such a smooth finish and it doesn't really look cakey ever. I've tried many other foundations and nothing compares to this one. I actually like to use my fingers also to apply the foundation, and I feel like that just gives me a more natural finish versus when I've tried using a beauty blender or a brush. But that's definitely up to you and what you prefer. I just like using my hands because it gives me the best results. Once that's done, I like to put a little tiny bit of concealer on my eyelids before I start doing my eyeshadow, and I'm just going to go in with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the color Light 2.75. For the eyeshadow, we're going to take this e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender. We're also going to use the Naked 3 palette and also the Naked Basics palette. First, I use the Naked 3 palette. I go over the lid and even above the crease with the color limit. I'll pop in a picture on the screen here somewhere so you guys can see what color I'm talking about, because my palette is so used up and you can barely see the color anymore. You'll only really see the container at this point if I show you, and yeah, that's a little embarrassing, so nobody needs to see that. Anyways, this is my base color and I don't go too neat with this one. I like it all over the lids, the crease, and even above. The next color we'll use is again from the Naked 3 palette, and it's the color Nooner. This is a very similar shade to Limit, except it's just darker, and it's also kind of that matte finish, just like Limit. So I'm going to be placing this darker shade on and above the crease. Then for the next color, I'm going to use a regular eyeshadow brush for this one. We're going to use the Naked Basics palette here in the color Crave, which is basically black, so any black eyeshadow works really. I'm going to use this to darken the outer corners of my eye by placing this color on the outer crease area. And then I'll just go in with a fluffy eyeshadow brush that I used the first time and kind of blend everything out. Then I'm going to brighten up the inner corners of my eyes using this small concealer brush and taking the color Venus from the Naked Basics palette. Next up, I'm going to use this NYX Wonder Pencil in the color Light for my waterline to open up my eyes a bit. I used to use white eyeliner, which can look a little harsh and very obvious, so I switched to this lighter nude color, which is a lot more natural looking. And the fun begins. So now I'm going to go in with a liquid liner. This is the L'Oreal Intense Brush Tip Liquid Eyeliner in Carbon Black. I know this is a tough one to do, so don't feel bad if you struggle with this, because some days I still struggle with this and I've been doing this for a long time. I start at the outer corner of my eye and make a wing by drawing a line at the same angle as the curve of the lower lash line. Then I go from the middle of my eye and draw a line that connects to the wing. When that's done, I just fill everything in. and then I go around the natural shape of my eye. I try to keep the line pretty thin in the inner corners, but it really depends on how dramatic I want to make it. Next up are the brows. I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in soft brown and an angled liner brow brush. If you guys are wondering why my brows look filled in already, it's because I have ombre powder brows done, which is pretty similar to microblading, but just a different technique. I'm planning to get my powder brows touched up soon, so let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in seeing that. But for now, since it's been a year since the touch up, it's kind of faded out in some spots, so I just go in with this pomade to darken everything out. Okay, so I hate that I love this concealer because it's a little pricey, not gonna lie. It's the Chanel Longwear Concealer in the color 20 Beige. Aside from foundation, concealer is one of those things that I've struggled finding a good product for that worked with my skin at a reasonable price. If you guys have concealer suggestions, make sure you let me know in the comments. But so far, Chanel is my fave, and the NARS Soft Matte Concealer is a close second. Make sure your under eye is nice and hydrated though if you do use the Chanel concealer, because the texture is very matte, which is probably why I like it so much, because my face is naturally oily. But like I said, I also use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer also. You guys saw me use it earlier on my eyelids before I put eyeshadow on, but I tend to switch up between the NARS one and the Chanel one from time to time. I love the look of very dramatic, bold lashes, so I'm going to be putting falsies on. To prep for that, I lightly curl my lashes and apply mascara. If your lashes are naturally curly already, there's no need to curl, just apply some mascara for a little grip. My lashes are like pin straight and they literally point down. It's very frustrating. So I need to add a little shape to them and add mascara so they hold the falsies well. Here I'm using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. Using these falsies called Luxe Extensions in number 02 and a black strip lash adhesive, both from the brand Kiss. These lashes are honestly everything. I love them so much. They're just so full and fluffy, but not too much, you know? I wear these usually if I'm filming videos, going out with friends, or just anytime I want my eyes to pop a little bit more. So these lashes are actually new, and that's why I'm cutting them to fit my eyes because they're a tiny bit long for me. But if you guys want a separate video on how to easily apply falsies, let me know in the comments. Okay, so for contour, the palette I've been loving over the last few years is this one from Too Faced, which is their Cocoa Contour. But we're not going to be using this today because, as you can see, there's nothing left in the ones that I like. I didn't really like their highlighter much, but I really like their medium cocoa and the dark cocoa. The medium cocoa is like a cooler tone brown and the dark cocoa is more of a warmer tone, so I would usually go in with the medium cocoa first and then put the dark cocoa on top just to warm it up a little bit. But today we're not going to be using this because there's nothing left, but I do love their kabuki brush, so we're going to use that. If you don't have the kabuki brush, that's fine. You can use any angled brush like this one. My sister actually recently got me this palette from Benefit. It's their Cheek Leader Bronze Squad palette. It's so cute. Like, I love this packaging. It is limited edition, so I believe you can't really get them anywhere now. I'm not sure. There's still maybe some random stores that have a few left, but you can actually purchase these items separately from Benefit. Like Hoola, it's a super popular bronzer. Hoola Caramel, I think, is one of their newer ones, but you can get these separately. And I believe you can get these ones separately as well. Colors we're going to be using today are the Hoola and the Hoola Caramel. So we're going to start off with the Hoola. Areas I contour are jawline, under the cheekbones, the sides of the nose, and along the hairline. I like to do the contour first and then go over the areas again with the brush just to soften out all the lines. Because I started off using the cool tone brown, now I'm going to go in and add a little warmth using the Benefit Hoola Caramel. I'm using a softer angled brush this time because I want the application to be a little bit lighter, and basically I'm just going over the areas I contoured to warm it up a little bit. To contour my nose, I use Hoola again, which is the cooler shade of brown, and any regular eyeshadow brush. I create a soft line along the sides of my nose, extending up to the beginning of my brows, and just keep going over it with my brush to make the lines appear softer. I really like a softer contour around the nose. I know some people prefer it to be a little bit more visible, but it's really up to you what you personally like. I just like mine very, very blended in. Then I like to create this little bridge thing closer to the tip of my nose. I think this is supposed to make the tip of your nose look turned up a little bit. I'm not really sure. I just saw someone do it one time and I tried it and I thought it was really cute, so I just kept doing it. And again, I do this very, very lightly so it doesn't create a hard line across the nose. For blush, I'm currently using NARS in the color Lovejoy, which has a slight shimmer. I use the same angled brush again and go over the prominent parts of my cheeks and bring it out close to my temples. For highlight, I'm going to go in with Benefit in the color Cookie, and we're going to use the sides of the same angled brush. I try to be light with my highlighter also because my face is already oily and it tends to get shiny on its own anyways. I highlight the cheekbones, bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow. Next, I'm going to line my lips with the NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. I find this color very versatile and it goes with a lot of different shades of lipsticks I have. So I'm still obsessed with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I like to mix two colors, Can, which is a mauve pinkish shade, and I like to tone it down to a more nude color, so I apply the shade Abu Dhabi afterwards. I've worn these on their own before, but I always find Can too pinkish and Abu Dhabi too nude, not enough pink. Call me crazy, but this combo works for me. I like to end off with a setting spray to hold everything together and hopefully control my face from getting oily. Here I'm using the Benefit Porefessional setting spray. It's my first time trying it here, so I don't really have an opinion on the product yet. I've tried other setting sprays before though, and I found myself still getting oily even with the ones that are supposed to be mattifying, so we shall see how this one goes after a few uses. So that was it for my go-to favorite makeup look. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.